So here I am in a displaced camp in Mekelle. Thousands of people living here, nearly 1 million people still displaced here. You can go on forever listening to the statistics, one more grim than another, you know, about the percentage of mothers who are malnourished, you know, about the percentage, over half of children who are out of school. Last night we were at a meeting with some government officials here who were giving us a presentation, or trying to give us a presentation. The electricity went off, as it often does here, so we were sitting in a gloomy office, and they just went through all the information, and it just couldn't be worse. I asked them the question about how they would compare this to the famine of the 1980s, the infamous one that prompted Live Aid, and they pointed out you can't really compare the two, that they're very different. And then they began to explain the differences. You know, all the differences they explained make this one worse, because this is a whole combination of factors. It's the war that's been completely devastating. You know, 600,000 people died, they estimate, in this war. You know, in everything, all the infrastructure, economics of this country just completely destroyed, and a drought ongoing, nearly 3 years now of drought, meaning that even the people that have been able to go home are unable to plant and grow the crops that they would normally be living on. And then, you know, I think maybe perhaps the most concerning difference of all is the fact that the world is paying no attention to this situation at all. You know, many more millions of people would have died in that terrible famine in the 1980s if it hadn't been for that enormous global effort. And really, I mean, it's one of my earliest memories of charity and aid, that whole thing, when I was a young teenager. And I really thought after that famines couldn't happen in this age. You know, when we can communicate, when we can see what's happening everywhere. You know, in this world of plenty, we have the ability to prevent a famine. They don't happen overnight, and yet here we are, back here 40 years later, in this horrendous situation. And I think the question is the world going to act this time? Is it even going to stop and notice what's happening to millions of people here? 4.5 million people here right now in desperate need of aid. Are we going to listen to their cry this time?